Hi and welcome to Positively Sparking, podcasts on internet marketing, online business, entrepreneurship and digital living. Today I'm with Joe Harrison, expert VA and a client manager at Positive Sparks, and we're going to chat through our top apps and tools for the month of September. So hey Joe, how are you today?
Hi Phil, I'm good thanks. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. So you've got the storms coming your way that we had last night, by the sound of it.
Yeah, we had some last night. The roof nearly blew off. But yeah, we apparently got storms coming all day today, but nothing's here yet. We just had some rain, which is good.
Okay. Bit of rain's okay, isn't it? Although I must say, here in Cornwall last night, the lightning was amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine. I saw it hovering over England, the storms, when I was looking at lightning maps. And yeah, it looked better than what it was here anyway.
Lightning maps? You sound like a storm chaser.
I am, yeah. I sit there with it on. When I had to turn my internet off last night, I still had 3G, so I had to sit there watching the storm come this way.
Cool. There we go. The first app of the month that you've mentioned, Lightning Maps.
Lightning Maps, yeah, it's my favourite one.
So, Joe, I was going to ask you what you've been up to in the last month, but instead I'm going to say, tell us all about your Facebook group. That's what you've been up to.
Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot about my Facebook group. Yeah, no, I started a Facebook group for online productivity apps and tools. So far I have 90 members, so it's good. I didn't expect to have so many members so quickly. And we're literally just posting about all our favourite apps and tools. And obviously I'll be posting this podcast in there once that's gone live. So yeah, it's good. And I'm going to hopefully find out some new apps to try. I'm hoping people will give me lots of ideas.
Well, hopefully so. It's a great group. I've enjoyed it so far. I think it really has grown so fast. I'm impressed as well.
Yeah, no, I think there's lots of people out there that like playing around with new tools and apps. So yeah, I thought it was probably a good idea. And I've been meaning to do a Facebook group for so long. I thought I need to do it. I need to do it soon. So another to-do list ticked off.
Well done for pushing yourself.
I still haven't done the ebook though, so don't ask me about that.
Well, your group is doing very well. So tell us how do we find it if we've never been to it before?
The link is probably a bit long to say, so you'd obviously have to probably search for online productivity tools and apps in Facebook, and hopefully it should spring up. Hopefully, I should probably do like a bit.ly link for it.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I should have done that before. So,
well, what we'll do is we'll post a link to the group in the podcast notes.
Good idea. Yeah. Excellent.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So now that you are officially the Queen Diva of apps and tools, what is your first app of the month?
Well, my first app of the month is a Chrome add-on. So it sits in your Chrome toolbar, and it's Page Analytics, which is actually a Google add-on, obviously, but it links to your Google Analytics account. So, for example, when I go to my website now and I have this Chrome add-on switched on, it shows me lots of page analytics on my website, sort of in real time, and it will show you where people have clicked, where where the customers are looking at your website. So it's very similar to Hotjar that we spoke about before. And it's basically there in front of you. You don't have to go into Google Analytics and try and search for all the different variations and things that you can find on there. So it's there all in front of you with percentage of clicks, how many clicks somebody's not somebody, your customers obviously, how many clicks things are getting. So it's good for obviously trying to improve your website, so you know what people are clicking on, what people aren't clicking on. So it's very similar to Hotjar, basically.
I've seen this. It is a great Chrome extension. Mm-hmm. And what I like most about it is the fact that it brings up those heat maps, which is there in Google Analytics, but is actually so hidden that most people don't know it's there.
I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah. It's really pushed back. I mean, there's so many things in analytics that people never look at that are so useful. And you can see why, because there's so much information that analytics has to present what it believes will be the most useful to us.
Exactly,
from the top. So I agree with you. I think this is a great plugin. Where it differs from Hotjar and Inspectlet and tools like that, if I remember, is there's no video recordings.
No, there isn't any video recordings.
And they can be quite useful, can't they?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed playing around with the video recordings on Hotjar because you can see where people are clicking and how they interact with the site in real time, whereas this is just, after the event, you can see where they've clicked. So yeah, I mean, it's just handy. And the reason I added it was because I was doing some stats for somebody, a client, obviously, and I found it just popped up in Google Analytics when I was in there. And I thought, that looks good. I'm going to try that out. And it was really useful, actually, because I could then say to the client, well, 10 people have clicked on that link. Whereas normally struggling to get through Google Analytics sometimes to find the right data that you're looking for is difficult.
Sure, it is. So did you put it on your own site? Or have you looked at your own site?
Yeah, I'm linked to my Google Analytics account. So I have my site on there and I have, I think, one client account on there. So I'm guessing if I was to log into another analytics account, I could probably use it for that as well. So it really depends which analytics account I'm logged into.
Sure. What did you discover about your own site?
Not a lot, really. That a lot of people click on the bits that I'm hoping them to click on. So I'm guessing that's the good thing.
It sounds like it's successful.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, and we mention him quite a lot on our podcast, but James has quite a lot of clicks on his link that I've added to my site recently. So, Mr. Popular.
That's it. Has he been looking at your site again, by the way? Last month we were commenting on his frequent visits to you.
I don't think so. I think I told him that I mentioned it in the podcast. He's probably trying to avoid it now, just in case we mention him again.
It's probably cloaking his IP.
Yeah, possibly.
Great, good stuff. That's a good one, Joe. So how do we find it? How do we add it to Chrome?
Well, the way I found it was to log into my Google Analytics, and it came up at the top. It was like a suggestion or maybe an ad. So I found it that way. But you can just type Page Analytics, Google Chrome add-on, and it pops up in your Google. It's quite a long URL, so I'm not going to read it out.
No, that makes sense. So you can probably search it as well in Chrome extensions.
Yeah, in the web store, you'll find it in there, yeah.
Great, good stuff. So my first app of the month is one called Link Redirector.
Okay.
And this is a special kind of link shortening tool that is for Amazon or iTunes or Apple related things. Mm-hmm. So it works in the same way as Bitly, so you can make a very, very small kind of a nice, easy link to use. But where it's really clever is if we have an Amazon product and we want to promote it, one of the issues is that Amazon has different stores. So there's Amazon.co.uk, Amazon USA, Amazon Germany, and so on and so on. Apple works in the same way. So this podcast, for example, has a different address for UK listeners than it does for American, than it does for French, where you are, and all these different addresses. So what Link Redirector does, which is really clever, is it creates one link for you to promote that will automatically redirect someone to the appropriate store.
To the right country store.
For their country.
Excellent.
So for all those authors that you work with, for example, that is a great tool. And for podcasters like myself, it's a great tool as well because it lets us send people to the right place to subscribe.
Exactly, and you don't have to list all the different country sites for people to click on. You can just do the one link.
Exactly right. And the way it becomes a little bit more useful still is you collect stats in the same way that you do on Bitly.
Okay.
So you'll know how many times that link has been clicked on.
Yeah.
You can also, if we go back to analytics, it will become a referrer. Mm-hmm. So we can begin to see the journey that someone takes from subscribing to a podcast or going to look at a book of yours. Mm-hmm. If they then come to your website, then we can begin to see how that all fits together.
Excellent.
It's very good.
Yeah, so I used one of these a couple of years ago, but I think it petered out, and I can't even remember the name of it. It wasn't that one. But I think the particular company I used, it was they had an affiliate link attached to it, and I think people started to complain.
Very clever of them, that, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. So everyone stopped using it. So it's one of the things that would be really useful for authors, especially for Amazon. Yeah.
Definitely. And you just made me think of another point there. You could use the same tool if you are an affiliate and you want to promote a third party's ebooks or products. Then
exactly, yeah.
Using the same link will give you that ability to promote that one link and not worry about what territory people are in.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. So you can download, you can go to linkredirector.com. It's not a download, it's a sign-up site, and you can start creating your links.
Okay, cool. I'll have to have a look.
Excellent. So give us your next one, Joe.
Okay, my next one is something I picked up a few weeks ago for my personal use, really, not for business, and it's called Workflowy, and it's literally a notebook for lists, and it's really simple. It's literally like a notepad, and you can just put your to-dos in, and then you can just click them off as you do them, and it's so simple. There's no like extra things that you have to do. It's just really simple, and that's the reason I'm mentioning it, is because I'm using it as a personal to-do list rather than for business, to kind of keep track rather than carrying a notebook around with me all the time.
Oh, very interesting. So when you say it's very minimal and
yes.
you're using it in a personal sense, tell us about what the advantages of that are.
Well, it doesn't get mixed up with my business to-do list for a start on Asana. So I've got them separate. And it's difficult to explain, really. It's just really simple. I've got, you can have bullet points. So you can at the moment on mine, I've got each day as a section. And then under each day, you can make a bullet point for all your to-dos. And so I go back into it weekly and see on each day what I've got to do. It's just really simple, and I can't explain what the benefits are over something else. For example, you use Todoist. Do you use that for personal as well, or,
I do, yeah.
or just business?
So I use it for both, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking at Workflowy now, and I can see it looks very clean, which for me, again, visual is a good thing. And it sort of looks like a really stripped down version of Evernote.
Yes. Yeah.
So, Evernote can very quickly become cluttered because we have so many notebooks and notes and whatever else. So do you think that through Workflowy you'll be able to maintain that cleanness? Or will...
Yeah.
Because that's what I find with all kind of work apps, really, and task management apps, is they become more and more busy the longer you use them.
Yeah. No, mine is really empty because you obviously complete each task as you do it. And then you can either hide the task once you've completed it, or you can have a cross through. And I did have the cross through because it's nice, isn't it, to see when you've done something. Whereas that was getting a bit cluttered. So I've hidden them now so that, I don't see them. So it's empty at the moment because I've not been adding tasks this week. But yeah, no, it's definitely a clean app, and it's obviously not being mixed up with my business stuff. So that's the reason I'm using it.
Very good. So can we have a couple of insights into what you put on in your personal life?
You want some personal to do
items? Some examples.
Oh, just things like let me think. The washing, taking the car to be repaired. I'm trying to think of some others that I've had on there the last few weeks. It was a really big list last week, but this week I've not added anything. Going to the doctors, that sort of thing. Okay.
So it's really simple tasks like that, which are just tick off.
Yeah, I think sometimes I have so many tasks to do outside of business that my brain gets a bit cluttered. So having them in this, having all my personal ones in this, it means that I've emptied my brain of those and I'm not going to forget, and I can